Hello friends, in this video I am going to discuss about albumin-globulin ratio. Total blood volume is about 4.5 to 5 liter in adult, of which 55 to 60% is plasma. We use the term plasma proteins, but we measure serum total protein and serum albumin. So first we'll see the difference between plasma and serum. If blood is mixed with an anticoagulant and centrifuge, the cell components are precipitated. The supernatant is called plasma. Now plasma proteins includes albumin, the major component, globulins and fibrinogen. But when blood is collected without an anticoagulant and allowed to clot, what we get is serum, which is defibrinated plasma, because fibrinogen is being used in clotting process. So serum will have proteins, major is albumin and globulins. Normal value of plasma total protein is 6 to 8 gram per deciliter, in which albumin is 3.5 to 5 gram per deciliter, globulins are 2.5 to 3.5 gram per deciliter and fibrinogen is 200 to 400 milligram per deciliter. We are doing serum total protein estimation and serum albumin estimation, so fibrinogen will not be calculated in that. Now normal albumin to globulin ratio is 1.2 gem 1 to 1.5 gem 1. Now we'll see some examples of globulins. Globulins are of alpha 1, alpha 2, beta and gamma. Alpha 1 includes alpha 1 antitrypsin and alpha fetoprotein. Alpha 2 includes ceruloplasmin, haptoglobins. Beta will include beta 2 microglobulin and hemopexin. And gamma all immunoglobulins. All plasma proteins are synthesized in liver except immunoglobulins. Those are synthesized in plasma cells, which are derived from B lymphocytes. Different fractions of serum total proteins are separated by electrophoresis. This is the normal pattern of serum total protein in electrophoresis. Now we'll see about major plasma protein, that is albumin. We'll see functions of albumin. Major function is maintenance of colloid osmotic pressure. Second is transport function. Third is buffering action. And last, nutritional role. We'll see first two in detail. Now suppose this is a capillary. This side is arterial end and this side is venous end. And this is the tissue cell. Now understand this. Hydrostatic pressure that is exerted on inner wall is approx 37 mm of mercury, whereas oncotic pressure or osmotic pressure exerted by plasma protein is approx 25 mm of mercury, and with that interstitial pressure is 1 mm of mercury is opposing it. So the net pressure of 11 mm of mercury drives fluids out into the interstitial space, and with that glucose, hormones, oxygen, etc. are reached to the tissue. Now at the venous end, osmotic or oncotic pressure is 25 mm of mercury, interstitial pressure is 1 mm of mercury, but as the fluid goes out to the tissue, hydrostatic pressure drops to 17 mm of mercury. So the net force of 9 mm of mercury attracts the water back, with that carbon dioxide and waste products back into the circulation. The above pressures are often referred as Starling forces. Now if the concentration of plasma proteins is markedly diminished, there will be decrease in oncotic pressure. So the fluid will no longer flow back into the circulation and water retention will be there. The condition is known as edema. Second is transport function. Albumin is the carrier of various hydrophobic substances like bilirubin, non-esterified fatty acids, drugs like sulfa drugs, aspirin, salicylates, dicumarol, phenytoin, hormones like steroid hormone, thyroxine, and metals like copper and calcium. Now we'll see the live demonstration of serum total protein estimation. For this, we require 3 test tubes, 100 microliter micropipette, distilled water, standard solution of total protein which is 6 gram per deciliter, unknown test solution, and biuret reagent that is 5 ml. As we are doing biuret method for serum total protein estimation. Now label 3 test tube as B, S and T, that is for blank, standard and test. Then take 100 microliter of distilled water in blank, 100 microliter of standard solution in standard test tube and 100 microliter of test solution in test. Then add 5 ml of biuret reagent in all 3 test tubes. Then mix the content and take the optical density, that is OD, at 560 nanometer. Now you can see that color is developed in the test tubes. Here you can see that test color is lighter than the standard color. So we can assume that as the standard is 6 gram per deciliter, so our test result must be less than 6 gram per deciliter. Now we'll take the OD in colorimeter. First, set 0 absorbance with distilled water. Now, blank OD is 0.10. Standard OD is 0.55 and test OD is 0.45. Now put these values in formula, which is OD of test minus OD of blank upon OD of standard minus OD of blank into standard concentration. So after calculation, our result is serum total protein is 4.66 gram per deciliter. Now we'll see the live demonstration of serum albumin estimation with Bromo-Cresol green method. Same things are required, just change the standard solution with albumin, which is 4 gram per deciliter, and reagent BCG, Bromo-Cresol green. Same procedure we have to do, just take OD at 620 nanometer. Here also you can see that test color is lighter than the standard color. So here also albumin concentration will be less than 4 gram per deciliter. Now we'll take the ODs. OD of blank is 0.13. OD of standard is 0.69. And OD of test is 0.40. Now put these values in formula. The concentration of serum albumin is 1.92 gram per deciliter. Now we will calculate the serum globulins level. Serum total protein is equals to albumin plus globulin. So globulin level is 2.74 gram per deciliter. So now albumin is 1.92 gram per deciliter, globulin is 2.74 gram per deciliter, so our Ag ratio is 0.70. Normal is 1.2 gem 1 to 1.5 gem 1, so our Ag ratio here is altered. Now we'll see the causes of hypoproteinemia, that is mainly due to hypoalbuminemia. First is decreased intake of protein, that is malnutrition. For example, kwashiorkor. Second is decreased absorption of proteins, that is GI abnormalities, protein losing enteropathy. Third is decreased synthesis of plasma protein, which is mainly due to defect in liver, cirrhosis of liver. Fourth is increased loss of proteins, that is maybe due to nephrotic syndrome, glomerulonephritis. And last, increased catabolism of proteins, which is maybe seen in fever. In above all conditions, Ag ratio will be altered. False hypoproteinemia or hypoalbuminemia can be seen in hemodilution, which is seen in prolonged steroid therapy, diabetes insipidus, and polydipsia, which is seen in heat stress. So, in false hypoproteinemia, Ag ratio will not be altered. Mind well, Ag ratio will not be altered. And finally, we'll see causes of hyperproteinemia. Hyperproteinemia is mainly due to increased globulin levels, which is seen in multiple myeloma, that is cancer of plasma cells, which is synthesizing immunoglobulin. So abnormal synthesis of immunoglobulins may be seen, where light chain of immunoglobulin will be disproportionately increased. So it will excreted in urine as Bence-Jones proteins. And second is chronic infections like malaria, Kala Azar. Kala Azar is due to parasitic infection Leishmania donovani. Here also Ag ratio will be altered as globulin level is increased. So that is all about albumin globulin ratio. If you find this video informative, then please do like and share this video and also subscribe my channel. Thank you.